Please be seated. May I request Mrs. Swami Devisor, Vice Principal, Vocational, to welcome the gathering. A very good morning to all of you gathered here. Today is indeed a unique day because for the first time among the CBSE schools we have congregated here to celebrate a cause for unity. The government has voted this idea and has used the occasion of the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to forge the links of unity. On this day, I welcome all of you, all the students and staff present here today, and our chief guest, Mr. J. Ranganathan. Dr. J. Ranganathan is a professor at Loyola College. He is a professor of history and is the right person to speak to us on Sardar Patel and the work that he did to reorganize the states and to forge the present India that we have. I welcome all of you here. I welcome the teachers and the organizers of today's function. I hope you have a pleasant and a useful stay this morning today. Thank you. May I request Mrs. Jayanti Sundar, Vice Principal Administration, to administer the pledge of this day. I request the students to stand and repeat the pledge as I read. Rashtriya Ekta Divas pledge. I solemnly pledge that I dedicate myself to preserve the unity, integrity and security of the nation, and also strive hard to spread this message among my fellow countrymen. I take this pledge in the spirit of unification of my country, which was made possible by the vision and actions of late Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. I also solemnly resolve to make my own contribution to ensure internal security of my country. Yes, please sit down. Thank you.
Good morning. At the outset, let me thank the SDOA management for giving me this opportunity to participate in Rashtriya Ekta Divas, the day which is specially meant in order to celebrate the true contributions of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. I am deeply honored again to be here in order to give a brief talk on Patel, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. You know that basically India, we have to introduce India to Indians. We have to introduce Indian leaders to Indians. And this government has taken a very clear initiative in order to introduce many leaders for the young people. And one such initiative is giving a very great, that initiative, giving a lot of right attention to Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. India, you know that, is a country where leaders are known. India is a country of leaders. And you know that if you take our freedom struggle, you take after freedom, you take present India, one of the biggest crises in India is the lack of unity and integrity in this country. We took the pledge, but don't think it's a ritual. Continue this. We want India to be strong. We want India to be dynamic. We want India to be all the time in the wheels of progress. And among all the galaxy of leaders, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel took enormous initiative in order to bring India under one fold. You take Mahatma Gandhi, you take Jawaharlal Nehru, you take Patel. All these three eminent leaders joined together in order to bring a big change in Indian subcontinent. And Patel obviously is a barrister. A barrister from England, from Temple Town, came back to India and immediately he plunged himself into India's freedom struggle. And Gandhi, a barrister, Nehru, Patel, all these people wanted to make this country free just because they want to tell the world that India is a country, a land where civilization is very much pertinent in this country. And Patel took a very bold initiative. He said, Gandhi for freedom, Nehru for making United Nations, making NAM, making so many things. But Patel said, I will be in India in order to give a strong government, a strong law and order. That is how probably Patel said.
For enlightening us with the words of inspiration based on the life of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Thank you very much, sir. May I request Mrs. Radhika Holi, Vice Principal Academics, to make the announcements.
Good morning. I suppose we are all enlightened by that wonderful speech. Now you are all having a great idea. And so there are a lot of competitions held in connection with this. I am going to read out the venue. And as I read out, I want that group together. We have volunteers who will take you to that venue. First is poster making. The venue is Biology Lab and Biotech Lab. Coordinator is Mrs. Shiva Rajkumar. I request all the participants of that particular competition, poster making competition participants, kindly stand up. The different schools will form groups and be seated there. Seated, and the teachers will be at the back.